The working title for this track was Go Jira. Go Jira, with an exclamation mark. So initially this one started out as a song that was going to potentially sound a little bit like Go Jira, and it ended up sounding nothing like Go Jira. So that's the working title. We wanted to make it as like heavy and chuggy and dirty as possible, and because we kind of had a clear idea right at the beginning of the whole process that this would potentially open the album. So we had this idea of starting with these really dirty harmonics, and we kind of layered 3 harmonics on top of each other to make it as gritty. And
I think we thought about dragging that out for like 30 seconds or something.
Yeah. Just
like a really grating start, but in the end we were like, maybe just like 2 bars is fine.
Yeah, exactly. I think fans would have got a bit scared by that point. It's a real fun one. I think the chorus for me in that song is probably one of the strongest on the album. It's got a really strong melody to it, but it's going to be a fun way to open the album. Potentially we could open sets with that.
Yeah, well. I think it was like meant to be a sort of fairly straight to the point, nothing too weird structure wise, just like heavy riffs, big choruses, a bridge, like that's it. So I think it kind of like delivers on that. And you tried like 3 or 4 different rhythms at the start.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Because a lot of the time we'll have a rhythm.
A day before recording, you're like, should it be triplet fill or should it be this? We were like, just pick one.
Because songs can go in any direction at any point. It can be quite overwhelming at certain points when you're writing a song. Like, it could go anywhere. So I think initially it started with that opening rhythm, and that was going to be the thread that ties the whole song together. But in terms of how that works against the drums, it can completely change the feel of the song, and we went through so many different versions of that, and eventually we landed on something that sounded really cool.
And then changed it again.
Then Ray changed it.
Initially, it started off. The inspiration for Taurus was a discussion about the annual migration of the wildebeest. It's something we read into a little bit. It's quite fascinating how they migrate and leave a path of destruction, and everything is havoc, and it was sort of the starting point for that track. But it wasn't really enough to build a song on, so at the time I was writing the lyrics for that one. The whole political scandal of the Ukraine-Russia conflict was unfolding, and it got me thinking about refugees and people basically the strength in numbers in times of grief and havoc, pulling together and basically working together and travelling across to new lands to find peace and salvation. So that became more of the sort of the weight, the emotional weight of the song.